right, welcome to the third review of the evening. Up this time is Chronos Before the Ashes. Chronos Before the Ashes is a atmospheric RPG that chronicles a long quest to save their homeland from a great evil. Grow wiser, stronger, and more powerful as you explore the depths of the mysterious labyrinth. But beware, the labyrinth takes a heavy toll. Each time your hero dies, they lose a year of their life. Um, right, so that's, I suppose, the most unique gimmick, well, going for this particular version of Chronos. To give a bit of background on that, this is actually uh, yeah, I suppose a port would be the best word to be used in this case, because the original version of Chronos was a VR title. Um, Originally released back in 2016 for the Oculus Rift. It was a launch title for that particular platform. Um, so basically, what this game had going for its in that incarnation is it was a Legend of Zelda, Dark Souls type of experience in the VR space, um, which is still pretty rarefied to this day. Like just traditional gaming experiences aren't all that common in the VR space. Um, and it seems that particular, like the original version of Chronos was pretty well regarded, and people have stated that the VR enhanced that to a new level. I couldn't say because I don't think anyone here could say because none of us own VR equipment of any sort.
Indeed.
And this game was originally released by Gunfire Games, who subsequently got picked up by THQ Nordic. And last year, they decided to bring this game out to traditional gaming platforms. It's out on pretty much anything you can think of, including Stadia.
I was about to say, in some things you can't.
Yeah, like, but PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and I'm assuming like backwards compatibility with the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. Don't quote me on that. I just know that this game was primarily for last gen Switch Stadia, which is probably going to be a combination we're still going to be seeing for a few years. Um,
Mm.
Now, the addition of the Before the Ashes subtitle, that actually ties into another game that Gunfire Games did, another Souls like, and that is Remnant After the Ashes. See what they did there?
Mm-hmm.
Like, now, outside of the naming scheme, I couldn't tell you how Chronos plays into Remnant because I've not played either game. Um, Indeed, we got the PlayStation 4, sorry, um, version of Chronos Before the Ashes. So that means it falls to Petty Fan for the body of the review.
Oh man.
So take it away.
So yeah, this game is very much a Dark Souls like,
Mm-hmm.
or Soulsborne, or whatever you want to call the genre.
Yeah, I'm like, I hope it gets a better name than Soulsborne. You know,
Yeah.
but we'll see what happens. You know, I know people have been trying to replace Metroidvania for years, and it just never took.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't force these things either.
Indeed.
So anyway,
Yeah. So basically, this is kind of like post-apocalyptic almost, where normal society has fallen, and of the village you now reside in, you were apparently the bravest. So you're sent into this labyrinth to kill, I think, this giant snake to free the world, and so on and so forth.
mhm,
And yet, every time you die, you age 1 year. And one of the interesting things about that is, as you're younger in younger years, you can get more benefit from strength. But when you're older, you can get more benefit from like arcane and stuff like that, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. Sounds like the difference between fighter and mage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you want to be a mage, just die a whole bunch. Do not take
Now,
that advice in real life, please.
well, I mean, currently you only get the one life.
Are you saying the isekai games have lied to me?
Yes.
God help us if they're not.
And yeah, currently you start off with a wooden shield and a sword. And yeah, you just kind of need to go kill stuff. There isn't a very good sense of direction in this game. Like, your only objective is to go find the snake and kill it. So that's kind of a knock.
I will say I can tell you the difference between this and the VR version, and that is you can move the camera here.
Mm-hmm.
Shock upon shocks. The original version played pre-rendered or pre-fixture angles. It was basically Resident Evil style. Because once again, VR, especially we're talking the VR 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know significant work has been done in that space since then, but it's still a handle to like get something like this to work, like free form without vomiting.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, Petty probably couldn't play that version.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So-
yeah. You do kind of get this, like, I guess, kind of magic, but so far the only one that I have is a charged attack that adds fire to your weapon. So I don't know if there are more of those later on, like with different elements or different abilities. And there's also this game's version of blood vials, or whatever they are. The Healy items.
Estus Flask.
Yeah, depending on which game you're
Never
playing.
even played the game.
And yeah, the more you progress, the more of them you get. They're a full heal, but they take a while to use, so they're not best used in combat. The whole rigmarole.
Right.
And yeah, movements.
It is an interesting take to give you a healing mode where the primary cost of it is like action opportunity rather than.
Well, you still only have a limited number though.
I know, but they're not that limited, and you can restock them easily.
Not in this game, I don't think.
Not in the middle of a fight.
Like, I don't know if you can even restock your healing items in this game. Because I usually end up dying before then. Because I'm not that great at this game.
I know in most of those you refill your flasks at every save points at bonfires.
Yeah, I've tried that. No go.
Well, remember, this is an actual Dark Souls.
Am I wrong? I haven't actually played the game, so.
Oh no, normally you would in other Soulsborne games, but this one wants to be a special snowflower.
Well, remember that one of the things is you get each time you die, you age. So that's a central mechanic.
Indeed.
Oh, is that instead of?
Yeah. With Dark Souls or whatever, you would just start at the last bonfire you were at. You'd lose whatever souls or insert currency you had, and then you'd have to go collect it. This one, there is no currency that I know of.
Yeah. Now, given that this game was released on the Switch at launch, it's not a surprise that it's kind of visually underwhelming.
Yeah.
But what's taking me is the really bland art direction.
Yeah, it is super bland.
Yeah. And how's the music?
There isn't really any. It's very atmospheric.
Not a surprise.
Almost like what it said on the box. How about that?
Mm.
And oh yeah, there is, unlike books and stuff that are actually written, that you can read them instead of just, pick them up and look at them in your inventory.
Yeah.
I imagine this probably would have been cooler in VR.
Yeah, that's probably important to keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you take it out of VR and it's just another Soulsborne,
Mm-hmm.
and especially like now that we're swimming in them, and we're getting we're getting stuff like Mortal Shell, Hell Point, which we featured last season, and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, um, anyway, in regards to pricing, this is in this is retailing for $30, so THQ's budget range. Like, probably because at the end of the day, whatever improvements and connections and whatnot, this is still a port of a 5-year-old game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the Steam version has a bonus art book. Yeah, or no, it's a soundtrack. Sorry, that's going for $3. No way to bundle that together, but not surprising. There is parity between the versions, so it's $30 no matter where you go. Is this game worth $30?
Oh, it really depends. Like, if the combat was more fluid, maybe, or that it had a better story.
I
But
mean, define
especially, hmm?
def, define fluid combat.
Like, it feels very stilted. Like, trying to turn around is kind of cumbersome. The
I mean,
dodge takes a while.
that's kind of the gimmick of Soulsborns. They're
Mm-hmm.
you know, um, you know, Dark Souls and their ilk's combats is kind of the opposite of fluid.
Well,
It's
I guess I'm used to Bloodborne, which had the fluid combat.
Yeah, it's much more fast paced.
Yeah. Yeah, but like Dark Souls is renowned for being deliberate and methodical.
Fair.
Like,
Yeah.
It's like when I think like fluid combat, I'm thinking more Devil May Cry or Bayonetta.
Mm.
So, but there is an art to methodical combat.
Yeah.
As well.
Mm-hmm.
That is important to keep in mind. So.
Oh yeah, there's also 2 options on weapons you can start with: the broadsword and the axe. Axe is more powerful but slower swings, and broadsword is faster but not as powerful swings.
Yeah, I mean, I'll also note that this didn't seem to be much of a priority for THQ Nordic, considering that they released it at the beginning of December.
Yeah.
Like right in the middle of the busy holiday season, and I haven't really heard much about this game since then.
Mm-hmm.
In contrast, some of the other THQ Nordic games we reviewed last year have fared much better. And I don't know what THQ Nordic was expecting out of this in terms of sales projections, but it just seems to be kind of there.
Mm-hmm. And you said this was $30?
Yes, $30.
Yeah, as of right now, at time of recording, you could get Dark Souls Remastered for $20, and that would probably be my preferred option.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't even know what Bloodborne's going for right now. I think it might be 20 on the Greatest Hits collection, but I haven't looked at that in a while. So that one's a look at your own risk type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
But anything else?
All right. So 5 out of 10.
Yeah. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Also, there is traits every 10 years that you can unlock. So that's kind of an interesting thing you can go about doing.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a certain age cap where it's just a game over, though. Or, if you can be 999 years old.
Hmm. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right, so that'll about do it for Chronos before the Ashes here. Be sure to tune in after the break as Twilight will be reviewing Orcs Must Die 2.